Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, PrincetonTrader.com, here for NTMarkets.com with your Monday morning pre-market webcast. Okay, so this is a 15-minute chart of the E-mini, and I want to point out a couple of numbers today. You've got the monthly pivot down at 2086.30. You've got the weekly pivot coming in at about 2088. Mid-band is effectively at 92. 50-day exponential moving average checks in around 93. Then you got S1. You got the 9-day simple moving average. 95.50 is a key area. So you can see it's been tested. They tried to pop it off the Europe Open. They brought it back into this area. I'm expecting a test of this area pretty early this week and pretty early in the month. As far as the monthly pivot is concerned, that's been the pattern for 2015. We test the monthly pivot. If the bulls are in control, it holds. If the bears are in control, it becomes resistance. So that's going to be a key look for us. As far as this morning goes, it's all about this band of support. If it breaks over, you've got to look at the Globex highs at 02.5, and then you get into the highs from Friday up at 21.09.5. You can see that the weekly pivot corresponds with the lows from Thursday morning. So we've got our Thursday support, weekly pivot, daily pivot here. So effectively you have to say that until it isn't, you've got potential daily pivot resistance. So we've got our levels for the week. As we look out on the daily chart, you can see here that the bears are potentially trying to fall into the old trap. The old trap being we test middle band and it holds, test middle band and it holds, testing middle band and it holds. The middle band is the green line here. If this cluster of moving averages holds, then that could serve as the jumping off point to break out above the Friday high, go to work on 1375 and go to work on 2625. So you can see that the bears, if they're going to establish this, they want to establish this as a lower high. If they're going to do this, they need to get to work today, get down to that monthly pivot that we talked about, break below that. Now, if they break below monthly pivot and begin to go to work on the downside, they have a very difficult task before them because in order to really control the tape, they need to take out last week's lows at 56.5 and ultimately make a lower low below the July 6th low at 2034.25. That is a tall order for the bears. Not saying they can't do it, but what we've seen over the past few years is when they get themselves into these situations, they tend to not be able to close the deal. I do expect to see 86, 87. You may see a move all the way down to the 100-day exponential moving average. That held on the 29th of July. Absent a hard break below, that's a point where if you're short, and I do have a positional short, you have to think about exiting that positional short and looking at something on the long side because you just have a consistent inability to take out the mid 80s and get down into this area where the bears, and anybody that's short, that's where you want to be. So that's what I'll be looking at today, tomorrow. That's all I've got. Follow us on Twitter at Princeton Trader. Check out the website, PrincetonTrader.com. Come check out the chat room. I'll be tweeting out today. I'm going to be doing a webinar this week, a live market webcast after the close on Wednesday, probably at 5 o'clock. I'm working out the time, but you'll see a tweet and you'll see a sign-up sheet. Basically, I'm going to do a webcast. At the end of the day, we'll walk through price action. We'll walk through the outlook for the remainder of the week, and then we'll do question and answers. So it'll be about half an hour to an hour, just a chance to do a webcast and an interactive one, which I'm really looking forward to doing. We're going to do a lot of these. So look for that tweet and look for the sign up on PrincetonTrader.com. Okay, everybody have a fantastic day. I'll be back tomorrow morning with another webcast. Trade them well, everybody.